are, the faster you will go.
The question is, has Aero gone too far?
Crazy helmets, stuffing things up your skin suit, exceptionally long socks, and the list goes on.
But there are a few things that we can do to increase our aerodynamic efficiency without the expense and still looking cool, which in my opinion is imperative.
Yes, and these tips will literally make you faster.
Yeah, so listen close, but before you do so, hit the thumbs up button. Woo! The biggest possible difference you can make to aerodynamics is by changing your body position. So it's the perfect place to start. Your body makes up around about 80% of the resistance when you are riding, and your bike a much smaller percentage. So even if you've got a super duper aero bike, yes, this will help, but you can make a huge gain and increase your aerodynamic efficiency by just adapting your position.
So how are we going to do this? Well, we want to make our body as small as possible, and we're going to do that by bending our arms, bringing our torso closer to the bars and kind of tucking our head in. Now this might look fairly easy, but it can be quite hard to hold this position for a long period of time. And if you are finding it difficult, then you might want to work on your core strength and your flexibility, because that is going to help hugely. Now, another way to be more aerodynamic on the bike is to have narrower handlebars. Now, you don't need to go mental on this, but essentially, the narrower your bars, the more aerodynamic you're going to be. You don't want to be riding around like a tractor with really wide handlebars when essentially your shoulders aren't that wide. These ones are perfect for me and allows me to get really aero. But just make sure you don't go stupidly narrow, because it's just not worth the risk of not being able to handle your bike properly and crashing.
We don't need to be aero all the time. Maybe when we're racing or racing our mates to the cafe. But when you want to get uber aero, you can deploy the Aero Tuck. Now, you've seen it in races when the pros are descending or trying to conserve energy. All you need to do is lower your head to your elbows and get really low on the bike. You can do this coasting or pedaling, but it makes you go so much faster. Woo-hoo-hoo! While body position will have the biggest effect, flappy clothing will slow you down. Think about it, you can only get so aero, but if your jersey has become a parachute, well, you're gonna end up going really quite slow. Now, you don't need to go full bore and go for a really tight-fitting skin suit, but a good fitted jersey and shorts will take you a long way to getting more aerodynamic.
Yeah, another thing you can do is make sure your zips are fully zipped up to stop any air coming down those jerseys. And I am a culprit of this one. Riding round with my gilet flapping in the wind, it is definitely not aero and probably the main reason I'm slow. But you could go all out and get a custom fitted skin suit, overshoes, aero gloves, the list goes on. But really, that's all you need is a good fitting jersey and a nice pair of shorts.
True that. There are loads of different types of helmet, from fully vented ones to more road riding aero lids like this one, or a fully time trial aero helmet. Now, I tend to ride a lot of the time in a fully vented one. And if you have a fully vented one too, then you don't need to spend any money to make it more aerodynamic. All you need to do is put tape over the vents, which create more of an aerodynamic helmet. One thing to remember though is if you are riding in really hot weather or going up a climb, then to take off the tape, because that's when you're going to need the vents. It's not worth overheating. But if you're riding in colder weather and you're wanting to be more aerodynamic, then using a helmet like this will definitely make you faster.
Another big aero advantage, in my opinion, is deep section wheels. Now, if you are looking to fly along, you might want to think about getting some deep section wheels. Now, the deeper the rim, the more aero they are. But they do come at a cost, and that cost being bike handling. They will essentially act as a bit of a sail and can blow you around a little bit on the bike. But we would recommend maybe going for a 40 or a 50 rim depth. These are 30s, so they're quite shallow. But yeah, that's a nice middle ground.
So there you have it, our top tips of becoming more aero without spending a fortune. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.